Good Monday, everyone, and welcome to this edition of Conversation Daily News. I'm your host, Cyrus Webb. Because you all could join us once again, because we have your news headlines coming up on this Monday, with a message from my book, Words I Choose to Live By. And in today's Entertainment Spotlight, you've been part of my conversation with Lifestyle Expert Bethany Braun-Silva. Enjoy today's broadcast. For Conversation Daily News, I'm Cyrus Webb with your Monday headlines. In national news, January 6th panel deepens probe the Trump cabinet, awaits Thomas. The House January 6 committee said Sunday it will interview more former cabinet secretaries and is prepared to subpoena conservative activist Virginia Ginny Thomas, who's married to Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas, as part of its investigation of the Capitol riot and Donald Trump's role. Lawmakers said they are deepening their inquiry after a series of 8 hearings in June and July, culminating in a primetime session last Thursday with plans to interview additional witnesses and reconvene in September to resume laying out their findings to the public. We anticipate talking to additional members of the president's cabinet, said Representative Liz Cheney, the committee's vice chair. We anticipate talking to additional members of his campaign. Certainly, we're very focused as well on the Secret Service. Cheney did not identify the Trump administration officials who might come forward, but the committee has previously made clear its interest in speaking with those who believe to have considered invoking a constitutional process in the 25th Amendment to remove Trump from office after the riot on January 6, 2021, when Trump supporters violently stormed the Capitol and interrupted the certification of Joe Biden's win. The committee has aired testimony from former Attorney General William Barr, who said he told Trump that widespread voter fraud claims were BS and had zero basis. In last week's hearing, the committee played testimony from the then Labor Secretary, who said he urged Trump to call a cabinet meeting to discuss an orderly transition of power. Other cabinet members have indicated they may have important details to share. Betsy DeVos, the education secretary at the time, previously told USA Today that she raised with Vice President Mike Pence the question of whether the cabinet should consider invoking the 25th Amendment, which would have required the vice president and the majority of the cabinet to agree that the president could no longer fulfill his duties. DeVos, in her resignation letter on January 7, 2021, blamed Trump for inciting the mob. There is no mistaking the impact your rhetoric had on the situation, and it is the inflection point for me, she wrote. Mike Pompeo, the Secretary of State at the time, who is considering a 2024 presidential run, as well as Trump's Treasury Secretary, also were reported to have discussed the possibility of invoking the 25th Amendment, according to Jonathan Karl of ABC News in his book Betrayal. Committee members also hope to learn more about Ginny Thomas's own effort to keep Trump in office and the potential conflicts of interest for Clarence Thomas as a result of the January 6 cases that have come before the Supreme Court. The committee sent a letter to Ginny Thomas last month seeking an interview and hopes she will comply, Cheney said. In more national news, California forest fire burns out of control near Yosemite. A destructive wildfire near Yosemite National Park that was burning out of control Sunday through tender dry forest land has grown into one of California's biggest blazes of the year, forcing thousands of residents to flee remote mountain communities. Some 2,000 firefighters battled the Oak Fire, along with aircraft and bulldozers, facing tough conditions that include steep terrain, sweltering temperatures, and low humidity, according to the California Department of Forestry and Fire Protection. Light winds were blowing embers ahead into tree branches, and because it's so dry, it's easy for the spot fires to get established, and that's what fueled the growth, the authorities said. In business news, Yellen downplays U.S. recession as wave of economic data looms. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen on Sunday said the U.S. economy is slowing, but pointed to healthy hiring as proof that it is not yet in recession. Yellen spoke on NBC's Meet the Press just before a slew of economic reports will be released this week that will shed light on an economy currently besieged by rampant inflation and threatened by higher interest rates. The data will cover sales of new homes, consumer confidence, incomes, spending, inflation, and overall output. Yellen argued that much of the economy remains healthy, consumer spending is growing, Americans' finances on average are solid, and the economy has added more than 400,000 jobs a month this year, a robust figure. In sports, Muhammad Ali's Rumble in the Jungle belt sells for $6.1 million. Muhammad Ali's championship belt from his 1974 Rumble in the Jungle heavyweight title fight was sold at auction on Sunday for $6.18 million. The belt will be displayed on August 2nd at Chicago's Navy Pier and on September the 9th in Indianapolis. And finally, in entertainment news, Jordan Peele's Nope debuts at number 1 with $44 million. Jordan Peele's UFO thriller Nope topped the North American charts in its first weekend in theaters with an estimated $44 million in ticket sales, Universal Pictures said on Sunday. Though it doesn't come close to the $71 million debut of Us, it is still significantly impressive for an original R-rated film and the biggest of the pandemic for an original screenplay. Cyrus Webb, Conversations Daily News. It's now time for a message from my book, Words I Choose to Live By. Enjoy. Good Monday, everyone. I'm Cyrus Webb, and welcome to Words I Choose to Live By. Your vision for yourself can be just as big and amazing as that of anyone else. Do not ever feel as though you are any less worthy of success as the next person. Believe that your Creator wants the very best for you, and it will become that much easier to want it for yourself as well. Go for it. You deserve nothing less. Have an amazing Monday. Lifestyle expert Bethany Braun-Silva is featured in today's Entertainment Spotlight. We're here on Conversation Daily News. For Conversation Daily News, I'm Cyrus Webb with the Entertainment Spotlight. Lifestyle expert Bethany Braun-Silva rejoined me on Conversations Live, the radio show, to give you guys some great tips when it comes to going back to school. It's a bit of our conversation.
Bethany, glad to have you back on with us. Thanks for the time.
Thank you so much for having me. I mean, you said it. It may be summertime, but before you know it, the kids will be heading back to school. So I'm teaming up with a few brands to help make this year one of the best.
And there's so much to think about, right, Bethany, when it comes to going back to school, because like here in Mississippi, there's still hybrid learning going on. We'll talk a bit about that. But when it comes to the beginning of the school year, preparing for it, how can parents reward their kids and keep them motivated as they're heading back to the classroom?
You know, one special and sweet way to reward your kids as they head back to school is with something everyone loves, and that's chocolate. So for the first time in the U.S., Cinnabon has dropped the cinnamon for chocolate with its new Chocolate Bonbites, and they taste fantastic. These bite-sized rolls are filled with ooey gooey chocolate and topped with chocolate and cream cheese frosting and make the perfect after-school snack and are available for a limited time either in the Cinnabon bakeries or through delivery, which is super convenient for parents on the go. And make sure you get them before they're gone. And as an exclusive offer for your listeners, you can get a free 4-count of Chocolate Bonbites with any purchase of $15 or more by unlocking the code CHOCOLATE in the Cinnabon app today. Just head over to cinnabon.com/chocolate bonbites.
Oh, Bethany, that is good. I think that may be good even for those of us who don't have kids.
Yes, it sounds delicious.
Cyrus Webb, Conversations Daily News. We thank you all for tuning into this edition of Conversation Daily News, but we have to get on tomorrow's more news, message from my book, Words I Choose to Live By, and of course your Entertainment Spotlight. Until then, I'm your host, Cyrus Webb, saying as always, enjoy your day, enjoy your life, enjoy your world. Thank you all for choosing Conversation Daily News today, and let's go make it a great one.